Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah and in today's video we are going to be market prepping together. If you couldn't tell already, I have felt absolutely awful, so if this video is shorter than normal, it's because I haven't filmed in a week. Give or take. Now, just because I haven't felt that great doesn't mean I haven't been crocheting. So, you know, I've still been working on stuff. First things first, the recap, the intro. I'm prepping for a festival in mid-April of next year. It's 3 days long and it draws in about 100,000 people. Next year, it's going to be the 50th anniversary. Since it's going to be the 50th anniversary, I am going to be getting 2 booths instead of 1. So the booth fee will be very high, but I'm hoping that with it being the 50th anniversary, I'll find lots of success. The goal is to make $25,000 in monetary value for my inventory. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I don't have a total yet. I'm gonna work on that in this video. But to the crochet, I recently finished the sea turtles. As you guys can see, I finished the purple ones. Look at how cute they are. I actually really love how these turned out. The purple isn't as dark as the rest of the colors, but I still think it's super pretty for these guys. So I ended up making 8 of them, 2 blues, 2 pink, 2 green, and 2 purple. And I will not be making any more larger sea turtles. I will be making a bunch of tiny ones though. And I think for the medium ones, or the smaller ones, I think I might use this same yarn for the shell because I should have plenty. The only one I don't have a lot of is the pink. Thinking it could be really pretty. Plus they'll be matching, so everyone loves that. I also made this elephant in my free time and I absolutely love how it turned out. So this is Evelyn the elephant. It's a pattern I have up in my Etsy shop, and eventually his smaller counterpart Alice will be in there as well. I'm hoping by the time this video is out, my Etsy shop is fully established, but we'll see about that. This is Evelyn the elephant though, so my larger elephant pattern, and as you can see, it turned out so cute. I used Premier Bloom, I believe. I have a lot of this flower yarn, so I decided to use 2 skeins on Evelyn, and it turned out really cute. And I used some acrylic yarn that I have stashed, and I think this color for the tail is perfect. Look at how cute this elephant is. I'm probably gonna make 2 or 3 more of these guys, and then that'll be it, because I find that the elephants are really hit and miss whether they sell well or not. So I'm just gonna make a few. We're going for scarcity this year. Next year, guys, I'm gonna be saying the wrong thing all the way up until 2027. Now, on top of that, I've also been working on jellyfish, which is what I'm crocheting right now. I'm making the cap of a jellyfish. So I crocheted so much yesterday that my hand hurts today. That was an interesting choice. I also note that only one of these guys is actually finished and stuffed. So I have this jellyfish unstuffed still. I got another one and the third one. And then I also made, well, finished 2 pink ones. Finished in quotes here because they need to be stuffed still. So I ended up making 6 caps, 5.5 caps. Kind of wished I did more, honestly, but I've been really tired. So I still have 2 pink ones, well, 4 pink ones to finish and 2 blue ones to finish. So I'm gonna be working on that these next couple of days. I'm also editing my most recent market vlogs, so who knows how much crocheting I'll actually be able to do. Plus, we're having family over today, so I'm not probably gonna be able to crochet anything. That, I think, is all I have for you. I haven't really been up to much else, so just crocheting more than anything. And I'm gonna be finishing up these jellyfish shortly, which is exciting. I still have to make purple ones and green ones, so once these guys are done, I will switch it up and move on to those. And I may end up working on some other things too, but we'll see. You see the stuffing over here? That's all the stuffing I have left. So eventually I'm gonna have to go buy more stuffing. The last time I bought stuffing was when Joann's was closing. Sorry for bringing that back up, but that stuffing lasted a long time. I think it got like 50 plus pounds, and I bought like the $13 bags for like $1, so it was a steal. I think my voice is sounding worse and worse, so I'm gonna check in with you all in a little bit, probably Monday, we'll see.
here's what the package looks like, and I think this is pretty much everything. I went through the list, so it is everything. Hopefully I didn't end up forgetting anything on accident, but I also have some spare yarn for the mushrooms in case the yarn falls apart while she's working with it. And then I also have her goodie bag with a couple freebies. Normally I'd make tiny ones, but I want to get this order out ASAP, and these guys are super cute, so she can do whatever she wants with them. Also included a little note and my stickers and my business cards, which my business cards will be getting an upgrade shortly since I'm changing where I'm selling. But this is package number 1. 5 chickens, sea turtle, raccoon, horns, mini possums, mushrooms, and I think that's everything. So now I'm gonna put tissue paper on top and seal this one up. Now it's time to shove the wildflower dragon in this box. I feel bad for doing it, but I don't have a bigger box, at least nothing I could find, and to be honest, the bigger the box, the higher the shipping costs, so we're trying to limit that. I'll just have to tell her to beat up this dragon a little bit when she gets it, because he is going to be smushed for a little while. Sorry to this dragon, and for smushing it. Well, it closes, so that's the important bit, and I'm gonna take these guys up and get the addresses on there and then take it to the post office as soon as they open. Thank you so much for your order. I've said this a bunch and I'll continue to say it. I have been not feeling that great for quite a while, if you all couldn't tell. This has been a big stressor for me, but we needed this order, so I will not complain at all about it. Thank you so much for your support. That's pretty much all I have for you, so I'll check in with you in a little bit. The past few days I haven't felt that great, but I have been still crocheting quite a lot, just not doing too many things online, so whoops. I've been procrastinating on releasing my next market vlog. I've been procrastinating on finishing Etsy. I'll get there eventually. Right now the update is I finished all of the blue jellyfish and all of the pink jellyfish. Of course they still need stuffing and to be properly finished, but the long part is done, so I'm happy about that. I also started another project which has to do with these eyes. So I was sent free eyes from Traveling Pony Studios. This eye right here and this eye right here. And I'm going to be, well, not going to be, I already started. I started crocheting a dragon, of course. So this is the other thing I've been working on. I worked on this mostly yesterday, so I started it yesterday. I ended up using one of each eye, just like that. And I'm doing a split dragon. So I have green on one side and pink on the other. I already finished all of the pieces. So here are the green feet, which are going to be on this side. I did one green wing and one pink wing. So these guys like that. I think it's going to look pretty cool. And of course I have the ears made. And I did make regular horns, but I've actually changed my mind on those. So this is the traditional willow, base willow pattern. I did change my mind on these though, and I won't be using them on this project. I want to make some big epic horns for this one, just to even continue the pink and green theme. So I'm going to do those big spirally ones with pink on one side and then green on the other. Haven't decided if I'll make the base pink or the surface crochet pink yet, so I'm going to think about that. Now that I'm working on a dragon with these eyes, I will have to decide on another project to use both these together on. I figured this is the perfect project because the texture of these eyes are the same, if it'll focus. So the texture on the inside is pretty much the same, so they work really well. I think this is going to look really nice, but I'm going to hopefully finish this today. I will be out of the house for quite a while though, and I won't be bringing this with me just because I need projects that require less thought and less seeing. So I'm gonna probably work on more jellyfish because I do still have to make the green and purple ones, or I might start working on sea turtles, the smaller ones. I don't know, I haven't fully decided yet. We'll think about that in a minute. But I also received my Patreon eyes from Traveling Pony Studios, and I got a freebie eye because I've been subscribed for 6 months, I think. So this would be the 6 months freebie. Here they are. They are stunning. I got 30mm, 2 25mm, and a 20mm. Can't wait to work with these as well. Thank you, Carrie, for sending me free eyes and for Patreon eyes. Very excited to use all of them and the rest of the order I purchased from you not too long ago. But that is pretty much it. So I'm going to update you later when I finally decide on next projects. I also while I'm talking with you all. I need to work on my Etsy shop and things, so we'll just have to see how much crocheting I actually get done. I hope you guys can hear me clearly over the fans running right now. We have unfortunately lost our air conditioner. Not like we literally lost it, but it stopped working. So the air conditioner for our upstairs is dead, and it's trying to take us with it. It was 93 degrees up here yesterday, and we're in the middle of the worst heat wave ever. We're feeling like 105 outside, so it's just been real fun. It's going to take like a week before the part gets here. It's going to be really expensive to fix. Just a lot of frustrating things, but let's talk about crochet. I finished quite a few jellyfish. So I started these green ones here, these guys, and I finished the 3 of this color. I nearly finished the 3 of these colors. So I have them all made, they just need to be finished, stuffed, and closed. And I still haven't stuffed and closed the other jellyfish either though, so it's not like I'm rushing for anything. And then I believe I already showed you this dragon. Look at how pretty. But just in case, here's another look. That is what I have for you for now. I was going to film a tutorial for a rooster pattern mod for my little chicken. I'll put a photo of that on the screen. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that just because it's so hot up here, but we'll see. The thing is, I want to be talking in that tutorial, and I don't know if that's going to be possible, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But that is the update for now. I'm going to check with you all a little bit, let you know what happens with that tutorial and everything. We'll go from there. I'm going to talk over this fan. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. I'm going to try and edit as best as I can, but it is really hot up here. I just finished filming not 1 but 2 tutorials. I'm on a roll today. It isn't even 1 o'clock yet, and I did all of that, so I feel pretty cool. I filmed a tutorial for this chicken right here, the rooster. I also made this other rooster, this guy. In the video tutorial, how to make the wings, tail, different kind of comb, and then also embroidering the face better. The second tutorial I filmed was for these stars. Seeing as it is July, I almost said it's pretty much July. I figure we need some patriotic, some American themed, we need some good stuff. So stars, that tutorial will be out eventually. The stars can be used on things like the Galaxy Dragon, Galaxy themed stuff. It doesn't need to be specifically American themed. I think I need to embroider stars on the other side as well. I think this guy's super cute though. Absolutely adore him. And I adore the other rooster too. Look at how cute. So pretty. This one was a little bit tedious though because the orange yarn was a little stiff. It was Parfait Plush. Their yarn was a little stiff this time, but it worked up super cute anyways. That is what I've done. So 2 updates in 1 day, guys. Can you believe it? Hopefully you can hear this update now that I think about it. Yeah, that's the update for now. I'll check in with you later. It is officially update time. I have been working on quite a few things. So first things first, I finished some more jellyfish. So this is my jellyfish bag right here. And I worked on purple ones. This guy right here. And then I also worked on this kind of purple one. So I have a total of 6, 12, 24 jellyfish. And they still need to be finished. I've only finished a small percentage of them. Some of the green ones and some of the blue ones. And obviously they all still need eyes too, so I'm gonna work on this shortly, but it's nice to have a full bag of jellyfish. Also, while I'm looking at it, I do need to get more stuffing because I'm also working on another project. This guy right here. I decided to work on one giant dragon, and this is partially to look over the wisteria pattern again because I did post the tester call for wisteria, so she'll be coming soon-ish. I'm gonna give testers a solid month, and I do need to pick testers today. At least I'm gonna try to do that. We'll end up seeing what happens. If I have time to sit down today and do it, then I will do it today and get that all situated, get the tester call closed, and all the testers picked, which is going to be really difficult. There's so many people who applied. Picking is going to be very difficult. I know for sure a few people, and I want to have 12 testers. I've got a little wiggle room when it comes to that. I was almost going to do 9 just because I know this pattern's really big. It's pretty hard to keep track of a lot of testers when you have a lot of them, but I think 12 is doable. I did find a mistake in the pattern already, so the body has 115 rounds, and I made a counting mistake on like round 23. 23, something like that. So I had to go through and change all of the round numbers after round 23. It's very annoying. My least favorite thing to do, but I'm glad I caught that now instead of later, or not at all. This guy right here, I guess I should say, he's gonna be galaxy themed. So I have the galaxy eyes. These are 40mm eyes from Traveling Pony Studios. They have little moons and stars in them, and they're obviously purple. Now, for this project, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish anytime soon because I want to get some glitter yarn and use that as the secondary color for the wings and for the tail. I want this one to be pretty much all black. I really want it to be striking. I think that glitter yarn will be really epic. I think it'll look really nice against the black. And I'm also using Naughty Pony. I forgot to mention that as well. Naughty Pony. I actually don't think black is in stock anymore, which is really sad, but hopefully I have enough of this to actually finish this project. If not, I might legitimately cry. I do have quite a bit left. So far I've used 2.5 skeins of Naughty Pony. Hopefully I will have enough. I should have enough. When I set this project aside, I think I'm going to finish the body and then set it aside for a little bit since I want to order that yarn. I do have to run some errands this morning, so once I get back from that, I'm going to pick testers, get the pattern situated for testers, and then once that's done, I might start crocheting again. I do need to edit this video eventually as well, so I'll have to end this video shortly. Thought I was doing pretty well on a schedule, but I lose track of things so easily that before I know it, it's been a week and I haven't done anything that I thought I needed to do. My only complaint when crocheting with black, besides you can't really see the stitches that well, the stuffing, the fibers that get on this yarn, and I'm constantly like picking stuffing out of the yarn before I crochet with it just so it doesn't get stuck in the stitches. And it also kind of makes me think how much stuffing and stuff is worked into my other plushies that I can't see it because of the yarn color. That's how it works for crochet, I guess. I'm gonna check in with you all in a little bit. Like I said, have to run some errands, so I will see where I'm at later. I'm nearly done with my jellyfish. So close to being finished. 2 more to crochet shut. Well, 3 technically, actually. Look at this. Look at this. I just bought this hook. I could hear it creaking while I was crocheting with it, but I thought it would be fine. This is pretty lame. I might have to switch hook brands if this is how they work now. Maybe this one just wasn't glued right. I do have a second one. Mr. Replacement of the replacement. I bought 2. Let's finish these jellyfish. I have finished stuffing all of the jellyfish and they all just need their ends woven in. So I'm gonna do that now, essentially. I am gonna count these guys as finished for this video.
So I'm gonna be embroidering their eyes today and getting them finished. I'm gonna count them, like I said, in our totals, which yes, I finally got some totals of my market prep, what's my monetary value right now, all that stuff. I went through my Excel sheet and adjusted a lot of things because first of all, I put the numbers in not the most intelligent way. And so when I typed 0 into my categories, I didn't have that equation written down right for most of the columns. So it was adding in more monetary value that wasn't there. I don't know if that actually makes sense, but it was very annoying when I found out after I wrote down this number, not once, not twice, but 3 times because I was adjusting it. And eventually I realized that, wow, I'm actually $3,000 off and I'm counting $3,000 more than I actually have. So I figured that out and now everything is mostly correct. I will say that I might adjust the numbers closer to festival day, closer to next year, just because I might adjust prices on certain things, but I also might not sell certain things, or I might take apart and remake some things. All that stuff I'll talk about later when I actually decide to do any of that, but I might be adjusting prices, so the monetary value is kind of just an estimate at this point, and will get more and more accurate the closer we get to festival day. So I currently have 315 items. Actually, this is before I count everything I've made. So this is right after my festival, what I had left over, and also minus what I sold for custom orders recently. I didn't have too many of things that I already pre-made, but I did count those. I did take those out, I mean. Man, my brain is a little scrambled, I guess. And then monetary value, I have $9,591 in monetary value right after my last festival. In terms of the last couple market vlogs, what I've crocheted, I'm gonna be counting, like I said earlier, jellyfish, counting them as finished, because I will finish them today and maybe tomorrow. I made 24 jellyfish, which is a good number. I'm pretty happy about that. I think my goal is to make 30, just so I can use that fun yarn I bought earlier. I haven't used yet. So far, 24 jellyfish. I sell these guys for $25 each. They're low sew, they're no sew. They work up pretty quickly, so I think 25 is a good number for them. Plus they sold out incredibly fast last time at 25, so I'm just gonna keep them there. I also made 8 of those larger sea turtles. I made 2 purple, 2 blue, 2 pink, and 2 green. So those guys I charged $35 for. Last but not least, I have that elephant I made in the beginning of this video. Actually, that's not true. I did forget about the willow I crocheted too. So I have that floral elephant I made. That was Evelyn the elephant. And then I also have that willow that I made, which is the dual colored, the split dragon, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna add that to my list. I thought I was forgetting something, that's why I didn't finish filling in the details. All in all, over the last couple months, I've crocheted 35 items, I believe. Now I did crochet Wisteria, but I'm not gonna be counting her on my market prep list because she's already spoken for pretty much. I already have a customer who really wants it when I'm finished releasing the pattern and everything, so I'm not gonna be counting that on my list. So a total of 35 items. Let me do the math real fast because I forgot to do it. So it's 8 times 35 plus 24 times 25 plus, oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, that's why we have 35 items because I crocheted that little rooster too. I gave the American themed one, the blue one, and then also a red, white, and blue one. I gave both those to my dad, so they are not counted towards inventory, but that one orange rooster I made is, plus Evelyn and plus the willow. So I ended up making a total of, like I said, 35 items, and monetary value $1,045. That is not bad at all. In terms of items, we have a total of 350 so far. And monetary value for the entire inventory, all of my stock, we're at $10,636. Definitely need to focus a lot more because I was delusional and thought I had about 12,000 in stock, so that was not accurate, like I already said. I need to really focus. I did do some math. I went through my Excel sheet and I did type in numbers that I wanted to make for everything. So I have a total count that I'm aiming for. Now I definitely will adjust those numbers eventually because certain things I think I can crochet a lot of and then I get to crocheting and I just can't stand making a bunch of them. So those numbers will likely be adjusted. Based on my math, I'm going to be making around 21,000 in monetary value if I crochet all of that plus what I already have, of course. And I have to do all of that before April of next year, so that's going to be the hard part. Lots of items. I actually didn't do a total count, but I need a lot of items. So I'm just going to be focusing as much as possible from here on out. If I get custom orders or anything like that, then I'll focus on them. But as of this point, I am not really open or searching for custom orders. If somebody approached me, I'd probably entertain the idea. After getting really sick recently, I've just decided that I need to focus on stuff that brings me more joy. Like, I love custom orders. If they're on the large side or if there's something that I'm not really interested in crocheting right this second, then it makes it really hard to finish them. I'm sure I'm not alone. Seeing all these plushies come together is really what my motivation is. So that's why I want to focus on market prep for a bit, work on some market prep items, and just really finish a bunch of stuff. So that is the plan. And I can't really talk clearly right now. I think it's because I'm hungry. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to go get some lunch. I do want to say a couple more things though. First and foremost, my Etsy shop is coming together. I posted a bunch more patterns this week, and right now I just have, I want to say around 12 more patterns at least that I need to put up in my Etsy shop. And once those patterns are up in my Etsy shop, I am going to be switching out the YouTube tutorial links to the written pattern, so that will happen as I continue to post more patterns. But what's in there right now, all my snuggler patterns are up, all my large patterns, some of my smaller patterns, and my blanket pattern, which, looking at all my shop statistics and everything, I realized that the blanket pattern was fairly popular, all things considered. So if you all think I need to release some more blanket patterns, I would happily do that. It would probably be like once a year at most. It could be pretty fun. I do enjoy a good blanket pattern. Like I said, I'm working on those Etsy listings, getting everything finished, and I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks that will all be settled. I definitely want everything in my shop before Wisteria is out, which Wisteria, her release date is officially set for August 6th. Now, I do have a very busy week right after August 6th, so it definitely needs to be released on August 6th. If I can release it earlier, I will, but I'm not going to put all that pressure on my testers because I know the pattern is quite large, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of details. I want to make sure they have enough time to test. But Wisteria, like I said, August 6th is the release date. She'll be available in my Etsy shop only. You'll be able to find her in there. And then I am pricing things a little different in my Etsy shop. You might have already seen that, where I'm charging a little bit less for certain things and a little bit more for certain things. I think that is officially it. I have to get editing this video, especially considering the last several clips were quite long, so that's gonna be a lot of work. I want to get this video out in a few days, so I'm gonna have to focus on that. Thank you all so much for being here and for watching to the end. If you did, let's do a jellyfish emoji. Obviously it makes sense. I'm building a mini jellyfish army here. I might include a clip of the jellyfish finish, or I'll just go ahead and my brain is short-circuiting. Or I might just go ahead and show you the jellyfish finished in my next market vlog, which, you know, I'll do either way. Make sure to check out my Etsy shop if you haven't already. I got a discount code for you, single crochet in all caps. It's the same code you can use in my coffee shop. The code is single crochet in all caps. If I already said that, then I'll have just repeated it for you. You'll get 10% off your total order at checkout. And that is it. I will be checking in with you all in my next market vlog, and now that we officially have market numbers, I can keep updating you with those statistics as well. That is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support, and I will see you in my next video. Haven't decided what that'll be yet. Maybe a tutorial of some kind, but we'll see. And until then, bye.